exceptionally talented artist friend of mine, who has since passed away, used to say, "One does not become an artist, one is born an artist." Of course, while this may be a sentiment some would resonate with, it also acknowledges the choice involved in embracing this gift. One can choose to accept or repudiate it, as pursuing a vocation in the arts is neither an obvious nor an easy decision. In French, this is referred to as la vocation, a term that, in the contemporary context, may hold less significance in our society than it once did. Honestly, I am uncertain whether this concept carries much weight today. I grew up in a remote village in the Pyrenees Mountains, isolated for much of the year, with 6 months of snow, no library, and no museum. I missed school frequently due to illness, and during these times, drawing in bed became my only form of expression. I am primarily self-taught, which has been a solitary journey, one that has often been isolating. Solitude, however, has been extolled as essential by figures like Leonardo da Vinci, and while I did not fully grasp this necessity at the time, I came to understand that one must eliminate distractions in order to cultivate mastery. For the first 10 years of my artistic practice, I focused solely on drawing, working diligently to improve my technique. I was often told, and found it hard to disagree, that without a decent working hand, nothing could truly be achieved, regardless of the medium used. In this sense, all visual mediums, whether painting, sculpture, or photography, are at their core variants of drawing. While the public may not always recognize this, I firmly believe it to be true. It was only by necessity that I discovered engraving. When I needed to create a poster for my first exhibition, engraving became a practical solution, though at the time I did not yet consider it an art form. The reality of artistic training is that one does not only train one's hand, but also one's eye and memory, and these must be coordinated in a harmonious and deliberate way. This integrated approach to seeing and creating is fundamental to developing true artistic skill. Everyone, I believe, has a particular talent, whether for good or ill. For me, that talent was drawing better than my peers. It was quickly recognized by my teachers, especially since it was the only area where I did not fall behind. My mother, however, strongly resented the idea of her son becoming an artist. Perhaps this resistance played a pivotal role in my eventual choice to pursue art. As a pragmatic woman, she feared that I would one day suffer the consequences of being an outsider or a misfit in society. There is truth in this concern. One must develop resilience to endure in such a path. As Frank Sinatra's song goes, when I was 17, when I was 21, when I was... But now, it is the but now that frees me in some ways, as I am increasingly aware that I am in the final phase of my life, and I no longer worry about conforming to societal expectations.